Navigate on autopilot, unavailable in 100 meters. Unsupported tunnel. Yeah, look, whoa, oh my God, okay. We've just been hit by the biggest storm in the world. This is absolutely insane. Welcome back everybody to Tesla Driver. I hope you're doing really well. Today we're going to be showing autopilot and specifically navigate on autopilot in really bad weather conditions, and we're going to see how it kind of fares and what happens. So just before actually I started recording, navigate on autopilot cancelled and turned off. It said that it could see really bad weather conditions and that navigate on autopilot isn't safe in those conditions, so it turned itself off, which I found quite interesting because surely it has to be able to work through all conditions, and I was surprised that it actually came up saying that it can't do this exact condition. I mean, it is pretty bad, as you guys saw from the video at the intro, how bad the storm was last night. It's nowhere near as bad as that anymore, but it's still pretty bad. It's pretty wet. The roads are very wet, and I think that's what's causing the issues. It's from all the spray that we're getting from the roads. That's what's seeming to cause all the issues here. So we're actually going around Antwerp, and we're going to be doing the ring road around it. That's going to be the specific thing for this video, is to go around the ring road and see how successful it is in these wet, windy, stormy conditions. So far I've driven about 150 kilometers on this charge, and I've used autopilot for the whole thing, and there's not been one issue. So I really hope that that carries on, and I hope that's what I can show you guys today, because I don't want to have to show you autopilot not doing lane changes again and all these other things. I want it really to work here, especially in a foreign country. Yes, I'm in a right-hand drive car, but I am obviously across into Europe now. I've come across here to Belgium, so we are going to be trying it out and just seeing how much difference it really makes. I hope as well that you can see the rear view mirror, so that you can see what cars are kind of on the left and on the right behind, and straight direct behind us, so that then you can judge whether you would have indicated and tried to do a lane change or not. So the car's asking me to do a lane change, and I'm going to do a lane change after this white car here on the left. And no, it's failed to do it because the Skoda has just kept on coming. I'm going to try and do another lane change now, and I'm going to see, is it going to give it a go? No, as you can see there, it aborted it because of an Audi, which to be honest wasn't coming too close at all, and he actually backed off slightly, allowing us to go into the lane, but autopilot didn't do it. Okay, so after this Jeep Cherokee, there we go. Now I'm going to give it a go. And there we go, we've got a successful lane change. So you do have to leave quite a big gap, and for me that was a lot bigger gap than I would have even done myself. Wow, it's really quite... As you go past the lorries, that's when the visibility really reduces quite massively. And then you can see you coming back into this lane, no problems at all. So there's a little bit of traffic around the ring road at Antwerp, and I think that's how you say it. You might say it differently. So that's going to be quite interesting. We've actually got an i3 lorry coming up ahead here. So this lorry here is full of i3s. Let's have a look and see what it looks like in here, because this might freak it out a little bit, because it's a lorry with cars on it. So let's have a quick look. I mean, I'm excited. I really hope it does show like some other cars and stuff, but it looks like it's just showing a lorry. Yeah, okay, it knows that it's a lorry. And, oh, it's just BMWs, it's not just i3s. Which is quite interesting. Okay, and we'll go back over now to the first lane. There we go. So we've got a couple of moves coming up within the next 2-3 kilometers that autopilot hopefully will do on its own, which would be quite cool to see. Okay, it's asking us to change lanes again, so I'm going to follow that.
Take the E34 exit on the right toward Ring Antwerpen, then keep left to take Ring Antwerpen.
So we're going to be following the sat-nav here. I'm just going to turn her down because she's a little bit annoying. Oh, look at this, we've got a sheet on the road. I'm just going to go over it. But what would have happened there if that sheet would have like jumped up on autopilot? That could have been really interesting. See, it's tracking this nicely. Okay, it's saying that we should go into the left lane to speed up. So we'll get into that left lane. And and it's actually working really nicely. It is working really well. I'm not sure if maybe the water has cleared and it's actually cleaned all the cameras for us, because it seems to be working very well. Okay, so I actually need to be in the right-hand lanes. And how long do I have to do that? 600 meters. Oh, shit. Okay, I don't have long. So I'm going to have to try and get over here. Is the car going to change lanes? Nope, it's not going to. Okay, it's just completely ignored that lane change. Oh, no, I don't need to get over, actually. This is the correct lane.
E34 exit on the right.
There we go, so it kind of splits up into a few ones. This is the guy here that's dropping off all of the stuff. He was the guy that was dropping all that stuff on the road, and the lorry driver actually back there is honking at him and trying to tell him that he dropped off a load of his, whatever it's called, tarpaulin, I guess it is, on the road back there. So here we go, this is the first bit that navigate on autopilot controls. As you can see, it's slowing us down here around this circle. It's quite a tight one as well. Yeah, it's really tight. Cruise control, so I'm going to speed it up a little bit. So I've just put my foot on the accelerator because it was going a little bit too slow there. And it's starting to pick up nicely there. There we go. Now it's doing it. Sometimes when it goes onto the ring roads or, you know, the off and on junctions, it does slow down quite drastically. So you just need to give it a little tap with the accelerator just so that it carries on and you don't annoy the flow of traffic. Okay, yeah, again, you see it's braking quite hard for this corner. But then it's following the road quite nicely. I'm not sure why my car's saying it's a 70 mile an hour down here, because it says it's 100 on all the boards. So I'm a little bit confused by that. All right, let's go into that left lane. Oh, auto lane change is unavailable, it said then. But we did that lane change nice and successfully.
Keep left to take E34, R1 toward Ring Antwerpen.
So we're going to try and get again into the left lane just so that we can get out of the slower moving traffic. And the car's done it really well. I'm actually really happy with how this is performing so far here in Belgium. On these roads, it's doing it nicely. We've not had any issues with lane changes. It's cancelled a couple, but it's not done any kind of weird wobbly wobblies or anything like that. Okay, so it's asking to do a lane change again, but we can't do it just yet, so I'm just going to have to wait. And I could actually, if I tap there, it will cancel it so it doesn't like spring up and annoy me constantly. So I'm going to try and go for a left lane change again to overtake here. Let's see what the car does. And again, nice and successful with no problems going into this lane. Let's go back into that middle lane now. Now this, oh, that caravan might make, no, okay. I thought the caravan might have made autopilot a little bit unhappy just because it was kind of like jumping over into our side of the road. But it seems to have sorted it quite nicely. Why is there so much stuff flying around? I don't know if you guys can see it all, but there's like pieces of paper and like weird things just flying around, which is very strange. Antwerp West. 3 minutes. So we've got a traffic jam coming up in 3 minutes, I think is what that said. That's my translation. Okay, it's not requesting us to go into that left lane yet, even though it would be a faster lane to do. So I'm just going to wait and see if it asks us at all. No, it's not going to, so I'm just going to do the lane change myself because I want to go into the faster lane. And oh, it's actually coming to a 90 now, so I've got to slow down anyway. I'll bring it down to 95 here. Ah, that's better. I hate those kind of rumble roads that they have here. They're so annoying. Okay, we're coming down now into a 70. So I'm just going to start bringing it down again here, and I'm going to tuck in front of this van on the right once I overtake him properly. There we go. I'm going to go into this right lane because it is slowing down now, and we're going into a 50. So I'm just going to go back here and follow the flow of traffic. I don't mind going over the speed limit and stuff like that, but what I like to do is try and follow the flow of traffic as much as I can in a foreign country, because that's like the nicest way to do it all. But it looks like we're speeding up again actually after this, so I might just start spiking it back up and try and get into that left lane if I can. Navigate on autopilot unavailable in 100 meters. Unsupported tunnel.
In 2
What?
meters, keep left.
Okay.
E17.
Well, what's it gonna do?
15.
Okay, it's turned off, and now it's just given me like regular autopilot. Okay, well that's not a problem. Let's see if regular autopilot has any issues with this tunnel. I didn't think it was going to do that, so that was quite interesting to see. Autopilot itself, though, seems to be doing this tunnel fine. Just going to pull the speed back up to 100. Just so that when we come out, we can carry on with the correct speed. Okay, I'm going to go into the left lane. I'm going to see if it will do it here. Yeah, it is doing it. Even though navigating on autopilot's not on, it had no problem there. And we're just going to follow this flow. And there you go. You can see there actually that navigating on autopilot turned itself back on, which is quite interesting. All right, I think we're going back now into 100 speed limit. I'm not 100% sure. Aha. Back in the middle, it's gone. Right, I'm gonna try and go now in front of this Volkswagen. There we go. And again, it says it's a 70 here, but no one is doing 70. And in fact, my speedos just said that it's actually going up to 120. So I don't know who to follow.
Left to take E17.
But again, just following the flow of traffic here seems to be the best thing to do. Yeah, it's doing all this really well. So we've got some kind of maybe roadworks coming up here, or like new lanes. So this is going to be interesting to see how autopilot deals with these new lanes. Yeah, here they come. So they're the yellow lanes. Now the white lane goes forward here, and the yellow lane, yeah, it followed the yellow. That's really interesting that it actually chose to follow the yellow lane rather than the normal white one. I guess because it was dotted, it prioritized the normal lane rather than the little dotted lane. It prioritizes the solid lines, so that's quite good to see. The car's asking me to overtake here, but because it's a 70, I'm not going to. You can see though that the car is kind of going a little bit left and right. I don't think it's 100% happy because there's so many lines. Yeah, definitely, it's definitely not 100% happy here because of all the lines that's kind of going on. So it's a bit of a different one. There's no one in that right-hand lane, so I'm actually going to go into the right-hand lane. Oh, no, it wouldn't. The car is completely refusing, actually, to do it. Okay, well, we'll just stay in this lane. And, yeah, look, whoa, oh my God, okay. We just completely flew out. So I think there it started tracking this white line, and it tried to squeeze us in that white line and that yellow line there. And with that, we kind of swerved about the place, which I really didn't like. So yeah, this is not nice at all. This is going left, right, left, right. I appreciate it might not be quite that visible in the cameras, but just trust me. And you can see here that it's just not changing lanes. It just refuses to change lanes. And I guess it's just because of the double lines. So we're gonna keep on going until we come out of this roadworks, because I wanna see if there's something new and different on the Roadworks. Okay, so now we've actually got a solid line in the middle. And yeah, look, look, look. Oh my God, what is going on here with all these lines? There we go. Oh, that's a bit better actually. Except it's not like, I don't know if you can see this, but it's going like left, right. Sorry, I'm forgetting to put a marker up here, but it's going like left, right. Between every single one, it's going left and right. Very, very strange. Weird behavior. And I don't know if this is us now coming out of the Roadworks or just going into like a new set of Roadworks. Getting nice and close to this lorry though. Okay, I don't want a lane change. Please stop asking. And now the lines cross again. What's the car gonna do? Is it struggling at all? No, no struggles there. And back onto this normal lane quite easily. Okay, well, that wasn't too bad. There was one issue halfway through, obviously that little traffic zone, but otherwise it wasn't too bad. Okay, this guy's going real slow. I'm just going to indicate and go out. Oh, no, there's a car coming. So the car diverted itself back in, which was definitely the correct thing to do. And there we go. We can complete that lane change instead, and we'll pump it up to 120. So let's keep on going here. And we'll try and do a couple more lane changes and such as we go. But yeah, so far, actually quite impressed with how this worked. This has been working pretty well. The storm and the wet weather and everything has kind of died down quite drastically in this time. You see there's still a little bit of rain and stuff. But look at this, look at the windmills and stuff. I just really appreciate all of the renewable energy over here. It's absolutely amazing to see. And their service centers look so cool. It's a shame I have no reason to stop in those anymore because most of them don't actually have the superchargers here. Whereas at home, the superchargers are always at the petrol stations, whereas it seems to be a little bit different over here. Okay, we're going to do a left lane change now to go around this van, which it did no problem. Just going to stay in this lane for a minute because we've got lorries on both lanes obviously up ahead. And I'm going to pull it in here. Got another lorry up ahead, so we're going to make a turn, and we've got another lorry actually coming out here. So it's braking pretty hard. It's completing the lane change though, and it did it well. It really didn't need to brake that hard. It could have done like a more smoother, you know, around the lorry, but it goes for like this harsh brake all the time, which I'm hoping quite soon that they will fix and change. Again, another nice successful lane change there. And let's do one more, and hopefully all of those. So out of all of those, we had one issue. Some of the lane changes got cancelled, but they were cancelled for good reasons. And yeah, it actually works really well. So this shows that AutoPilot can work really well in some conditions and on some days, and then in other conditions and on other days, it is just working terribly. So it definitely has like a little bit, you know, a little bit of everything. I'm gonna get into this left lane as we've got people merging here. Again, another successful lane change, even with the car in front crossing over the other way, which was interesting. We seem to have different ideas there. I was getting into this lane to anticipate him coming out, but he went into the first lane. But yeah, so some roads it's been working really well, others it just hasn't been. Oh, look at that, we've actually got a Model 3 up ahead of us, which is cool to see. You don't see too many of them at home, so it's nice to see them out here on the road. I wonder if he's using AutoPilot. Let's get up behind him, shall we? And see. It'd be pretty cool if like when you went past another Tesla on AutoPilot, they did something to like I don't know, say hi to each other, but I don't know what exactly that could be. So the car's asking us to change lanes already. I'm not going to, because I think that Tesla's going to go into the right-hand lane. Or at least, I thought it was. I don't think it is anymore. Cool number plate, though. I think it just says BTH. He's not on autopilot. I'm not sure what that was about though. That was kind of weird that he indicated 2 ways. They were different. But they are really nice. Absolutely lovely cars. Can't wait for mine to come. Not long now, not long now. Well, apparently. Depends if Tesla are Tesla and then they don't deliver on time. We're going to be doing another lane change here now. I was starting to end this video like a couple of minutes ago, but I've just continued driving. So if you're still watching, good. I will be ending the video in a minute, but I just want to do these final couple of lane changes. But as you can see, so for this journey that I'm doing across Europe at the moment, or, you know, just up the north of Europe, autopilot has been so hit and miss, but on roads like this, it's been a godsend. It's just made the drive so much easier, so much more fun. And it's just allowed me to take in the scenery. It's allowed me to take in, you know, everything else a little bit more than you would do if you were just driving a normal car by yourself. So yeah, definitely going to be doing another load of road trips in my Tesla because I think it's just really good fun to do. So there we have it, everybody. That is Belgium. I think we're coming out of Belgium soon as well. So yeah, on to France now. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you leave a comment down below on any video ideas you want me to do in Europe when I actually do my full European tour series. I'd love to see that. Make sure to hit like on the video, subscribe, become a patron if you want to. We're getting some patrons come in, which is awesome. So if you want to become a patron and help support the channel, feel free. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. And don't forget, drive safe.